Well, we're getting down to the finishing touches here. As you can see, we've got some landscaping behind us, and that means that we gotta get the driveway done here so we can close on this house, be done, and start moving in. I'm from the north, so up north, our cheapest product for doing a driveway, either temporary or permanent, is 3/4 clean, which is 3/4 granite. Well, down in the south here, granite is not that accessible because it's all sand or pluff mud or muck down here. It's nothing but dirt and sand, so the granite is far and few between. So we had to find a cheaper alternative because I have about 200 plus another have about 400 feet of driveway, and part of it is almost 100 feet by 100 feet. So I need to find something cheaper to cover this driveway, and it's probably going to be a temporary thing for now, but it's going to be permanent for quite some time. Then we're going to go over the top of this later on with maybe some stone, or maybe just leave it as is. But I'll show you what we're going to be using here, and then we're going to do the install. I'll show you a little bit of that, and then I'll show you the finished product at the end. So this is our alternative. We have crushed concrete, recycled concrete, whatever you want to call it, but this is our cheapest route we could go, and it still isn't that cheap, to be honest with you. At the end of this video, I'll also tell you how much it costs us to cover this amount of driveway, and what it looks like at the end. But crushed concrete. Now, the only negative about crushed concrete is that it can get dusty if you don't have a lot of rain coming around, which we haven't had much rain here, but it can be dusty. But if you live on a dirt road, if you're not doing 100 miles per hour, it really ain't gonna make a difference. But crushed concrete is good because it compacts, and as this compacts and takes form to what we got going on here, it'll be good because it turns into almost concrete. It's super hard, but then I can also grade it out with the box blade on the tractor and get everything nice and level. Or if I top it with stone later on, I can fill in all those voids with a stone and make it level, then maybe use the box blade or a land plane to keep this driveway level. To pave this or do concrete the whole way would be just astronomical. So this is our cheapest route down here in the south. You can use slag, but slag is still technically metal, and with a weld you don't want to have slag because supposedly it can leach into the ground, which I understand that, and it can get into your water, which could be a problem long term. Also, slag basically swells up too, and it raises and everything else. And I have some slag up front right here right now when I did the construction entrance, so I'm going to keep what's there and go on top of it, but it wasn't that much of it, and it's far away from the well, so I'm not worried about it, and I don't want to take it up either. So we're gonna go right on top of this slag with the crushed concrete. Overall, when it's all said and done, it does look good at the end. Almost looks like a very white sandy look to it. It's actually pretty nice looking, guys. So let's get down to the install here. We're going to do 20 feet wide, pretty much cover the gate back to where our garage is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are 190 feet long by 20 feet wide. I wanted to go wide enough as far as we are able to get a vehicle passing each other. So I want to make sure we're wide enough to do that. I mean, sometimes me and my wife do leave at like different times and come in and out, so I don't want to play, you know, wait in line for the person to go by. This way 2 vehicles can go past each other. But you can see how overall how this looks. It spreads nice, it spreads pretty easy. Now before somebody says, oh, you should use the skid steer to do this, it's a lot quicker and easier. Yes, but I own a tractor, so I'm not gonna, you know, rent a piece of equipment. This didn't take me long to do this driveway. This 190 by 20 feet wide took me about 4 hours to spread it out. And this area over here, you can see it's a different color because I did this a few weeks ago. This pad here is not 80 feet long by 90 feet this way. And I'm also taking a little bit around the side of the shed over there to give my tractor a path. This way I'm not driving on the grass once I get this all developed over here, except when I'm mowing it. But during the meantime, I want to be driving on this. So we got an 80 by 90 feet here, and you got 190 by 20 feet wide. So overall, you're looking at a total of 11,000 square feet of coverage. It took me 160 tons to do this, and I went a little heavier. You can go a little thinner, but I want to make sure it was heavy enough because this is all going to settle. The few weeks ago that I did this settled a bit, so this is hard as concrete. You can see how nice it turns out when it is dried up. So it almost looks like concrete. It's a nice white color, and it gets hard as a rock, hard as concrete, because it is concrete. So once the rain hits this, it gets harder and harder. So any of my divots here and stuff, I can take the box blade and just keep, you know, pulling that box blade, smoothing this out over time, maybe get a little bit more down the line just to fill in some areas that may be needed. But you can see I have a little bit left here, which I'm going to fine tune over here with, and then finish over there. So the total cost of this is $6,300 where I live with trucking. So that's for 160 tons of crushed concrete. It's a good base, guys. It's a good permanent driveway. I may leave this as is and never do anything to it. I mean, only negative thing about this is it's a little dusty. So if you want to keep your car clean, that may be a problem for you. But when you live on a dirt road, it really doesn't make a difference anyway. You're gonna get dust. That's why you just, you know, hit the car wash daily, get one of those packages that you can go whenever you want if you're worried about that. You know, later on I may cover this with some stone, like a nicer look to it, but I don't know, kind of looks okay next to the White House. Only other negative thing, and it's not really a negative thing, but as you are spreading this out, you are going to find some things inside of it. You can get the wire mesh that they put in the concrete, you know, when they before they pour a pad. So you got some of this wire meshing here that you have to just check. You get some old aluminum wire, and I think I just saw a piece of air hose over here. So you're gonna get some mixed stuff in here because it is crushed concrete, and if it ain't completely clean, you're gonna find some things. Where to go? Yeah, here it is. So this looks like this is either a wire. No, it's a piece of an air hose with a coupling on it. So you will get some debris inside the mix depending on how clean it is, but overall this has been pretty clean. Of a mix with all this, you know, 160 tons. That's a lot to bring in, but I like it overall. It's a cheaper alternative probably anywhere you live, because even up north where, you know, 3/4 clean used to be your cheapest route, this is probably even cheaper. I think it's a great base. It looks good, it smooths good, it fills in all the divots. Then as you compact this, you know, like I said, maybe in about, you know, a month or so, I can come over this with the box blade and kind of fill in where the divots are and just kind of, you know, level it back out, make it a lot nicer, and it gives me a good sturdy driveway to drive on. It gives me, you know, instead of driving on dirt the whole way. This is an easy solution for your driveway needs. Any of you guys out there can go rent a skid steer from your local rental place, get it delivered to your house and spread it. It doesn't take much brains to do it. Just want to make sure you want to keep somewhat of a straight line. You can see I just did a string line on one side, kind of spread it, and then I just measured off with a tape measure and just did some marks just to keep me not perfectly, to keep me somewhat straight. The edges itself, I just kind of drove on the edge to compact it down. You can spread it. You can put an edging on it if you want, if you need to over time. I'm just gonna let the grass grow up to it, and then any grass that grows inside of it, which it shouldn't, because that's another thing too about this, is that it compacts so hard, you shouldn't get grass growing through it. It may do it over time. I'm not sure. I've never had this before, but based on what I see so far, I think it's going to hold a lot of the weeds and the grass down. And if they do grow through, I'll just take a torch to it or a weed killer or whatever. But it's a very easy thing that anybody can do on a weekend. You know, I got 4 hours for the drive itself, and this pad probably maybe took me 6 hours, so maybe 10 hours total to spread all this. And that's with a tractor. If I had a skid steer, I'd probably do it in half the time, because you can go back and forth really fast, level that a lot easier, and it just moves a lot faster, you know, skid steer. But like I said, I own a tractor, so I'm not going to rent a piece of equipment to do this. But that's it, guys. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll get back with you. But overall, 160 tons, $6,300 to cover 11,000 square feet of driveway for myself here at Rice Acres. So that's it, guys. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Be safe on the water. I'll catch you in the water or see you here from Rice Acres. Have a good day, guys.